Hello everyone. So today we'll talk about this exam that is CEED Common Entrance Exam for Design. And in today's discussion, we'll talk about the details of this exam, what all colleges you can get, what is the exam pattern of this exam, what all parameters this exam assess, and then towards the end we'll discuss about how we can assist you in your preparation for design exam. So first thing, CEED as an exam, basically it assesses a lot of qualities. It tries to assess your aptitude for design, your, let's say, visual perception ability, drawing skills, your logical reasoning, problem solving skills. So all these things are assessed by the exam. And once you clear this exam, then you are eligible for your master's in design. Or if you are already a master's student, you can also have this design exam for your PhD. So CEED exam, it is conducted by IIT Bombay. It is the conducting institute. You can get admission in your master's for design or your PhD. From this exam, there are also other reputed colleges which you can directly get. And those are IISc Bangalore. You can get into IDC at IIT Bombay. Then other IITs include like Delhi, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Kanpur, Roorkee, Jabalpur, Triple ID Jabalpur. All these are reputed colleges. I have mentioned some of them here. Also, CEED is the main exam for design enthusiasts. That's why a lot of other reputed private colleges, they also consider CEED exam for admissions in their design programs. So some of the colleges which share the score of CEED exam, that includes SEPT in Ahmedabad or Delhi Technological University, SPA Bhopal, VIT Vellore, UPES Dehradun. So you get an extensive list of all these colleges. CEED basically keep on updating the list of colleges who are now participating as a result sharing institute. So based on your preferences or your score, you can think of getting admission in any of these institutes. After that, if we go further, so let's look at some of the important dates for CEED exam. First thing is the online registration starts for this exam in the month of September to October. So it's like this year it was around 9th September to 10th October. So that way they will give you detailed information in the brochure for registration date. Then they will also mention that what is the last date for registration with some late fees, then all these different stages. After that, the exam date is in January, like towards the end of January. This year it was on 23rd January. It's a 3-hour duration exam. So like from in the morning 9 to 12, that would be the exam time. And after that, the result will be announced in March. So again, this year the result date was 8th March. In between, you have all the different stages as well. Like after the exam, they will release the preliminary answer key. Then they also ask for students, you can say comments on the answer key if they need to do any of the corrections. So all these things also there in between. After that, if we further get into the details of CEED exam, like if we look at the exam pattern, so this is a 3-hour duration exam. In which there are two parts, part A and part B. And you need to attempt both of these, part A, part B. Part A is, you can say, for your aptitude or reasoning part, that is completely computer based online. Part B is of your drawing part, in which you actually need to attempt part B on paper, but you also need to mark on the computer screen that you have attempted all these questions. So that way, part A basically includes your aptitude. I'm just mentioning aptitude. It includes a lot of categories, and also the type of questions are different. Like you will have NAT questions, numerical answer type. There are MCQ questions. There are MSQ questions. And all of these you need to give on computer. After that, if you look at part B, so part B includes 5 questions. 5 questions to basically test your, you can say, design skills, your drawing skills, your writing skills, all these things. The question will be displayed on the computer screen. You need to look at that question and then you need to attempt that on paper. An answer booklet would be provided to you that you need to hand over towards the end. So after this, all these 5 questions basically they include your sketching. So one question for sketching, another question for assessing your creativity, then some form or visual sensitivity, and then problem identification. These are basically 2 questions. Like 2 years back, CEED used to just give you different categories and you need to attempt any of that question. But now there are these 5 questions based on all these different categories: sketching, creativity, form sensitivity, or visual sensitivity, and you need to attempt all of them. Basically, if we let's say go further at the marking scheme, you will realize that all these have 20 marks each. This one 20 marks, this one 20 marks, same. So basically you have 5 questions for 100 marks. Whereas if you look at this particular part, NAT, MCQ, MSQs, so there are total, let me write them here. There are total 41 questions. And out of these 41 questions, NAT questions are 8. Then MSQ questions are 10 and MCQ questions are 23. So again, these questions, they have their own weightage, like numerical answer type for 3 marks, MSQ for 3 marks, and MCQ for 2 marks for each question. And it's same that these numerical answer type have 0 negative marking. MSQs, they have -0.2, MCQ have -0.5. So this is an overview. We'll also release a detailed analysis of these exams, so you can stay in touch for all the further details. In the end, you will get final 100 marks for each of these. This goes 24, this goes 30, and this is 46. That way, 100 marks. So now another thing that comes in mind, that okay, you have 100 marks for this one, 100 marks for that one, but the final result is from 100 marks. And for that, basically what they do, first thing, you need to clear the cutoff of part A. Only those students who successfully clear part A, their part B would be checked, otherwise not. After that, in the final result preparation, they will consider 25% weightage to marks that you obtain in part A, and then 75% weightage to marks that you obtain in part B. So that way you will get the result. Also, another thing, that the cutoff that they release for part A, basically that part A cutoff So last year for general category students, it was something around 24.5. And general OBC, they are somewhere always equal, 22.12. SC/ST candidates, they were having a cutoff around 12.29. So this is the cutoff you need to clear in part A, so that they will then assess your part B. Final result will be prepared on this basis, and then you will get your rank. So this is the overview that we just had about the CEED exam, about the exam pattern, about in general what this exam try to assess about your skills, and what all are the important dates, what all colleges you can get. All these things we covered. Now let's look at how we can actually assist you in your efforts or in your preparation efforts for CEED exam. So for this part, actually you need a structured preparation, and from our end we prepared dedicated modules to cover all the different aspects in CEED exam. Basically we analyzed all their previous exam papers, we analyzed the syllabus that they provide, we analyzed the changes they do in their pattern, we analyzed all the latest guidelines they provide, and that's why we keep on updating our modules time to time. And in these modules, I'll just list down the heads of them. It's like, first thing we'll talk about basics of design. So basics of design is a broad head. In this basics of design, we'll talk about like elements of design, principles of design, color theory, color psychology. Further, you can get into them like what is balance, rhythm, emphasis, proportion, scale, movement. So a lot of things are covered. It is just a broad head that I'm mentioning here. These are the modules. That's how we'll cover them. Other modules that we have is visualization of objects. So visualization of objects, this also includes like your basic geometry or orthographic projections, shadow analysis. So all such kind of visualizations are there. You need to be able to visualize any 3D solid, and then you should be able to answer them. If you also look at previous year papers, you will realize that how many questions are there in each exam and how much weightage CEED always give to such topics. So second one is visualization of objects. Then third one is design application. Design application, basically in CEED exam, they also ask questions in which you need to use your design thinking, and then you need to answer a lot of questions. So it includes, let's say, questions related to typography. Typography is like your fonts, alignments, or the color that is used, or let's say your material study about wood, glass, or some kind of conventional, non-conventional drawings like different use of objects or how to identify the object, redesigning the object, let's say. And design application also includes other parts like your storyboarding, your mascot design, your commercial design like standees or any other pamphlets or anything. Basically thinking about or focusing on your design thinking, brainstorming, ideation, solution design, problem solution, all these things are covered. So basically what we do in these modules, all the different aspects are covered in depth from very basics to very advanced. So all the aspects are covered in those parts. All the small things are done. We do classes for them, we do the practice, we also have the practice sheets, assignments, detailed study material, all these things. So then after design application, another module that is sketching and composition. So like we discussed that we have part B in which they ask 5 questions. So in those 5 questions, it is very necessary that just thinking or understanding the part is not enough. You need to actually present that part in front of everyone. So sketching and composition is important. In this, again, we'll talk about the basics of design, but in the terms of like drawing, line drawing, and then warm-up drawings, or about the observations, whether you can create observational drawings, and then whether you can create perspectives, cross sections, or design of your surroundings, design of buildings, a lot of things. So we'll cover them from very basics to very advanced, again for sketching and composition, how to think, how to present that on paper, all these things. So this is sketching and composition. Further, other module includes your reasoning part. Like we also need to first target is to clear part A, that only after that they will look at our part B. So their reasoning is very important. Reasoning further includes like verbal reasoning or numerical reasoning, or let's say any other kind of judgmental things. All such topics are covered in this. Once you get connected with us, we'll share a detailed module with you in which you can actually see that okay, in this module all these 10-20 topics are listed and they are further elaborated, so that way you can assess. Other things that include is quants. So quants basically all the quantitative aspects, let's say maths part in which your algebra is there, geometry, mensuration, and percentage questions. All these things are covered. CEED do not ask those questions directly, but you require that information, that knowledge to solve the questions. So that's why it is also required. Then other things include like situational judgment. So this is how we have these modules. Basically, I put verbal reasoning, numerical reasoning, or in general reasoning all there in this one head. But we have different modules for them. So let's say there are 8-9 modules for all of these. And this is how we'll cover. Another thing is when you have a lot of things to cover before exam and a few time is there, you might be having some other engagements as well. So you actually need to think of how to proceed with all the preparation, how to actually have structured preparation, how to keep in mind that where at what stage you actually are for the preparation, if you are missing out anything or not, all these things. And that's why we have, okay, so I just consumed only one slide for this, that's okay. We can talk about the methodology part. This is basically how we will proceed for our preparation. And the very first thing here is live online classes. Basically, to assist us in entire preparation, we have an app that is KP Classes. You will get a link of it, and this app will assist us in everything throughout. You will get everything on just this one app. Join the classes, refer the study materials, look for assignments, test series, practice sheets, everything you will get here. So first live online classes would be there. We'll be having will be interacting like this. I'll explaining all the concepts to you. We have a pool of faculty members who are alumni of IITs, NIFT, NIDs, all of these. So they'll be teaching you guys. And another part is all these live online classes, they would be available to you in the recorded format. So recorded lecture would be there, which would be available to you all the time. You can refer them at any time and look for any of the concept. Another thing is you will have a study material. So for each module, for each topic, there would be study material, and that study material will include all the topics from basics to advanced. So most of the part will cover in class. Those are, you can say, for some additional knowledge. So all these three things together will work for developing your knowledge, all the details. But just understanding the concepts are not enough, obviously. So we also need a lot of practice sheets and assignments. For this part, basically, again, we have dedicated practice sheets, assignments for each of the module, each of the type of questions. You will get access to them as soon as any of the module starts, and then you can practice all of these. They include questions from very basics to very advanced again, so you can expect questions somewhere in between the range of difficulty. Now you got your concepts cleared, you practiced a lot, so obviously you'll get a lot of doubts. For that, next thing is doubt session. Also for this doubt, we have two things. One, On this app, there is a chat option. So at any time, you can just send your doubts to us that, okay, I'm having some difficulty in this particular question. Please discuss all that part. Also, if you find it difficult to understand there, we always have a dedicated doubt session for each of the topic. So in that dedicated doubt session, we'll be interacting like this, and then you will discuss your doubts on the screen here. So that way your doubts would be cleared. And after that, there would be a test again to assess two things. First, what is your preparation level? What are the areas in which you need to work more upon? All that kind of assessment you can do. Second thing is, as the exam is on online mode, you all are already like done with your bachelor's, so you have some idea of how to attempt the online exams, but still you will get an idea of the interface of this exam and a practice to attempt the entire test. Like you need to solve all 41 questions and also do the drawing part in those 3 hours. So that's why this test will help you for that particular portion. And once all these steps are covered, we can say that one of the module is now done. One of the topic in a module is now done. We'll again repeat all these steps for each one of them. So that way you can assess that, okay, for this particular module, I need to do the practice sheets. Or for some other module, I'm done with the practice sheets or assignments, but I still need to attempt the test. So that way you will get an idea of at what stage you are in your preparation. So this is the methodology that we follow here in KP classes. Also, if you after this, if you face any doubt, if you want to discuss anything, you can contact us anytime. And also we have all the details here. Thank you.